I'm noticing that these Somalians are not so cocky now. I remember just a few weeks ago, before ICE showed up, they were making videos on TikTok and Instagram, taunting the federal government, saying what's not going to happen to them. Some of them have even claimed that 3,000 years ago, Minnesota was promised to them from their ancestors. I bullshit you not. So, yeah, all that internet bravado, where is it? Where's all that tough talk? You know, everyone had all this to say about ICE until ICE descended upon your city. See, we're sending in thousands amongst thousands of agents. There are more en route right now. When the government said that we are serious about rooting out the fraud, waste, and abuse of our kindness and our systems, we were serious. Remember, these people are here at the leisure of the Americans. They're not supposed to be here to gouge us. We didn't bring them here to get on welfare. We brought them here to give them an opportunity to work. And since they exploited that opportunity, they will be going home. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to keep the families together like this beautiful family. Let's take a look. Oh, and shout out Freedom News TV.
Sir, 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 settle down. Back up, please. Back up.
Apparently, Minnesota is the San Francisco of the Midwest. Notice there are no children. All of these white liberals are gays. They have no families. They hate the country. They hate what the Constitution stands for. And they really hate our president. It's basically a circle jerk of their ideology. And they've literally taken over the state government from the top down. Tampon Tim is one of them. They're doing everything they can to enable abuse and fraud because their sole purpose that they found in life post when they were about to commit suicide is they want to live long enough to watch this country burn. See, just like with Renee, these people leave their families behind. Some of them leave their children and they abandon them and they move to Minnesota where they can start a new life and live in a Sodom and Gomorrah type society. You see a lot of men that also leave other parts of the country, drop their families, drop their wives, and they relocate to San Francisco. A lot of these new liberals, the new white liberals, they drop their families who they think are all Trump supporters who hate them, but really it's just your delusion and your insecurities. And then they relocate to the Midwest. I've been seeing a lot. Look at this guy right here. Sandals with socks and a full body thermal and beat. These are not men with wives. These are not men who are fathers with children. Remember, they use these people like illegals. They'll use immigrants. They'll use blacks. Are their security dogs. They're the protection. But really, there's only two sides. There's gay whites and then there's straight whites. And the gay whites have figured out how to weaponize people in this country that feel marginalized and weaponize them against their political enemies who are also white. So you're watching this play out in real time. The administration is not, I'm not the only one to figure this out. So did the administration. So what we're doing is we're removing the attack dogs. Yeah, they're not going to be able to use them anymore against us. And you can sit there and you can blow your whistle. You can whistle while you twerk. You can do whatever you want. Where you want to make a rap song with those whistles, go for it. Is it going to deter our mission? Absolutely not. And if you want some, you can get some. Apparently anybody can get it, regardless of sexuality, gender, mental disorder. You are on the list. Do not impede or stand in the way of our law enforcement because the consequences will be severe. What kind of grown ass man walks around with a whistle and whistles at law enforcement? Are we in PE? Are you a coach? This is that a rape whistle? These are people being arrested. They're not being kidnapped. They're not being assaulted. They are being arrested. They are criminals. They are fugitives. They have overstayed their visas. Many of them entered the country illegally. Many of them use falsified records to get naturalization. All of that is now being removed, and these people will be removed along with it. I don't see the purpose of you standing out there to virtue signal with a whistle. It appears to be a waste of time. I don't think a man with a gun is going to see a man with a whistle and run the other way. That fantasy is only in your mind. You have a overactive imagination. You are delusional. I have no clue what this is supposed to mean. But one thing I've noticed is that one thing about the Somalian community, under Sharia law, child marriage is legal. A lot of these people from this background that have moved to this state, they also have something in common where they like children. That's why it seems like they're fighting so hard to protect the people who have already enshrined that into their religion. They're thinking that with these people around, the waters would be so muddy, maybe they can get away with sexual access to children too. Yeah, that's not going to happen on our watch. You guys are better off, instead of wasting your time with these whistles, you're better off running. Run as far away from the United States as possible. Our tolerance for people that harm children and people that look to destroy our republic, our tolerance is pretty much at its wit's end. I don't know if you can tell or not, but we're done. So if you're smart, you would go home and pack, and you'd find a country that already allows you to target children. You're in the wrong place for that. Again, we have boxes. Now, Renee is in a wooden box, but we have boxes made of metal for you guys who are too chicken shit to jump in front of us. If you want us to just come get you for your crimes against children, just wait. You don't need the whistle for us. We'll come get you.
You're a shame.
Back up. Back.
What the fuck is going here?
I'm so proud of our brave men and women of law enforcement, DHS, Immigration and Custom Enforcement. And I'm noticing that the local PD are making sure they stay the fuck out of the way. All that bullshit that the local mayor and their chief of police, all that nonsense they were talking about, call the police. If you see, sir, we have an army. You have dog shit. If you want us to roll up you and a few of your deputies, and you can commit career suicide and maybe another type of suicide, come try to stop us. But I don't even think he's that dumb. He knows better. See, a lot of this stuff is lip service, right? A lot of it's all talk. But in the economy of words, talk is cheap. It really means nothing. It is the weirdest thing in the world when you look at this from a normal perspective. But once you listen to how I'm describing this and I'm telling you about these people, it starts to make more sense what their true motives are for being out here. And it's not just because they just love Somalians. They've never come in contact with them. Remember, the Somalians are being controlled by Al-Shabaab. They're here for work. They're on a mission. They're not even allowed to congregate or associate with the local Americans. That's why we know nothing about them, but they know everything about us, because this is a job. These are the weakest beta simp males I've ever seen in my life. This is definitely, if somebody dumped a foot of snow on San Francisco, it would be Minnesota, basically.
Two other fucking kids.
That was fucked up.
So as you can tell, they just wasted their time. They weren't able to stop anything. The entire family was whisked away by ICE, and you people could not do anything about it. And you didn't even really try. You blew your whistle. You showed up with your sweaters. You should be embarrassed because you were defeated. Why did you even go? Why are you wasting your time? I just don't. I mean, waste it if you want to. It just doesn't really make. It doesn't make much sense unless you look at it from my perspective.
The fuck out of our state.
And that was wrong. Get the shirt, man. Get the shirt, man. You're not fucking with ICE.
I like those two guys right there. No masks. What are we hiding from? We're Americans. We don't have to hide. You do. You're the ones on the other side of the law, not us. We don't need to hide our faces. Some people do because they have children. They don't want their kids harassed, but the rest of us are like, fuck that. It's America first. Your feelings and everything else come way further down the line. We are a country of laws, and we are a country of law and order. If you don't agree with laws and you want to live somewhere lawless, move to a colony on another continent. You will not find safe haven of lawlessness here in our country. This republic is not for you. Whether you were born here or not, you can change your circumstances and relocate. This is the wrong place to live to push your agenda. Again, there are two for you. Both are boxes. Some are made out of wood. Some are made out of metal.
Fuck, you would like it in the back, you fucking weirdo.
Really fun. You should try.
Hey, y'all ain't big muscles. They're not the fucking face. Fuck yourself. This motherfucker. They the problem. That's what you better do. You better. That's what you better do. These fucking liberal motherfucking spikes, we're gonna come back here. Yeah, video it. Video it, motherfuckers. You better check my record.
So we have a patriot that came out of nowhere, and apparently he's defending the agents against the horde of gays that are in front of that other building adjacent to the building where the family lived. The beautiful thing is, because we are a merciful nation, we are going to keep the entire family together. Born here or not, doesn't even matter. You will all go home together. The whole anchor baby thing where you can just drop a kid on American soil and now you can bring your whole family over here, those days are over. This country has a sickness, a cancer that is metastasized, a cancer of liberalism and Marxism that we are eventually going to have to remove with surgery. It's better to remove the cancer surgically than to let the entire body die. We are not going to lose our country because we're afraid of making some tough decisions in the future. And I promise you, the future is coming. Now, there have been measures that were taken to mitigate the damage, i.e., the COVID vaccine of 2021. That is going to chop our problems in half by about 60%. But there still will be 40%, but at least the Marxists will be gone. The vaccine is the only cure for Marxism. And according to my numbers and my records, the cure has already begun. There won't be very many of them left pretty soon. The remaining liberals also took the vax. But we have other measures in place because this country is just not for them. And it's not that we need you to agree with everything we say to live here. It's just that when you are pushing for an entirely different world and your worldview is just going to land you in a jail or dead, we'd rather you just leave and stay alive and go be somebody else's problem. Again, we're merciful and we are going to give you time. I can explain all this to you because in the future, it'll be my job to explain this to you. Right now, I'm doing this work pro bono, but one day this will be my position. So I'm here to talk to you now about where this is going and just want you to mentally prepare for it ahead of time. All that yelling and cursing at our law enforcement is not going to bring that family back. Let's just go ahead and rewind to this beautiful moment where we whisked these people away and nobody jumped in the line of fire.
Sir. Sir, settle down.
Those people have been your neighbors for years. Why do you think you still don't know their names? And why do you think they're not trying to tell you? They are not allowed to speak to you. They're not Americans. You're not Americans, but they're not allowed to deal with the locals. So why are you out there defending a stranger? It just makes no sense.
Back up, please. Back up.
Taking pictures of license plates of federal vehicles serves you no purpose. We are the police. We are the one to take the license plate number because we can do something about it. You can't do anything. What you're doing now is performative and pointless. You should go inside and warm up. Or you could do the Renee Bad. It's weird. They're all just repeating each other. It's I guess the analogy would be the blind leading the blind.
You are ashamed.
Back up. Back.
What the fuck are you doing here?
And they're off to the races. And you guys stood there with your whistles. This is a great, I'll be honest, Freedom News TV is a great source. Thank you so much for providing this content. These videos make me smile. I like to see law enforcement doing their job and not being afraid to do their job. I love seeing law and order. I know what it's like. I wasn't always like this. I'm from Los Angeles. And I used to be one of those people that were like against the police, defund the police. And then I remember one day when the police said, okay. And in 2020, when you would call them, they wouldn't come. I remember the chaos that ensued. I remember the break-ins. I remember the robberies. I remember the murders. I remember everything happening. I lived in downtown Los Angeles in 2020. And then I remember the George Floyd riots. And I remember walking out of my building one day and there's National Guard with machine guns right there on 7th Street where I live. I'll be honest with you, I like law enforcement more than I like these people. We need law enforcement more than we need these people. So I support law enforcement far more than I support these activists, these communists, these Marxists, these liberals. Malcolm X will be looking down and smiling on this scene. We're doing him justice finally. We're finally heeding his warning of the white liberal. Like and subscribe, share the video. I'll be back shortly with another topic. Remember, America first, America only.
I've been needing to find a new apartment, which has not been easy with credit as bad as mine. Luckily, I found cosigning.com. They connected me with a cosigner who helped me get my dream apartment for me and my dog. I just paid a small fee and was able to move in fast. Get the cosigner you need for the apartment you want. Check out cosigning.com today.